I'm trying to cover up the naughty bits so I don't get this thing taken down. But the people behind me, that's Willem Dafoe and God, what's her name? What's the actress's name? Oh, it's probably right here. There you go, Charlotte Gainsbourg. They're doing the dirty right behind my head, just so you know. Antichrist. Oh man, Willem Dafoe. I love him in everything I see. That man, he knows how to go the distance and beyond. Whatever movie he does, this movie definitely no exception. They play a married couple that has just lost their kid, from a very unfortunate and I kind of feel like a sort of an unrealistic accident. At least I hope it's unrealistic. I won't. Uh, I'm gonna get into the thoughts in a moment. This is gonna have some spoilers later on. One second. But basically, they go out to their cabin in the woods to kind of decompress. But obviously, it doesn't quite work out that well. The wife, she kind of goes downhill from there. He does too, but the dude, he's a lot more internalized, a lot more reserved than that. So you get to kind of see them basically increasingly be at odds with each other. All right, time for spoilers. Everybody else get out if you want to hear. So they lose their son because they're having some shower coitus, and the son somehow falls out the window of their really high apartment. They live like really high up, right? And the boy somehow falls out the window. I don't know how that happened exactly. I figured if you live way up there, there'd be ways where that wouldn't happen. But correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, the mom, she is, as you could imagine, she goes pretty much crazy. Another thing is, apparently he used to be her therapist, and she was already having issues, and this doesn't help things. So, he thinks that taking her out to the cabin will help. What he doesn't realize is this is probably a even worse idea. I don't quite know what it is about this couple in the cabin exactly. I can't remember. But as soon as she gets here, that's the point of no return. I talked about that in Hereditary. I want to talk about it here too. As soon as they get to that whole area, then it's kind of curtains. He's trapped out there with her, basically. And this movie does become a bit of a survival film. She goes so crazy, she becomes quite violent. There's a scene in there where she smashes his coitus machine, I'll call it, with like a piece of wood or something like that. Just bank right on there, and he's bleeding. And it's disgusting. This movie is not for children, not for the faint of heart at all. There's even a point where he's like hiding from her, like he hides in like this tree, so she can't find him. It's really good. She just goes nuts so on him. They got some good sex scenes in here though. Like I gotta say, they just go for the naughty and nasty in this film. It's pretty good. She's like a Venus flytrap in a way, where she's very seductive, but once you get up in there, man, it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So that's kind of the gist of it. I don't want to ruin the end of the movie. I'll just say Willem Dafoe, he is quite thoroughly fucked here. He just doesn't quite realize it. So if you haven't seen it and you like the spoilers and still want to see it, check it out. If you have seen it, yeah, let me know what you think. It's a fun film. It's a little slow, for sure. It's very artsy fartsy. It's definitely naughty and nasty. You see the title right here. But it's a good flick. Willem Dafoe does it again. He's fantastic. All right, I'll talk to you later.